Aloha Honolulu, Data here with episode 20 of the Honolulu Huskies Custom Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode. We are coming into the 2026-2027 regular season. Boys, it is year number 8, just like that. Throughout the last 7 seasons, we've been in the playoffs 4 times. We've had 2 second-round exits. We are trying to get into dynasty status, and we've always had a good team. We're coming off a record-breaking season, but we have not been able to have the playoff success that we want. Now, before I get into this episode, I just want to quickly say that I am using my brand new microphone. You may have heard it in yesterday's tutorial video on line chemistry, and after I posted the video, a lot of people chimed in saying, oh, you could also do this, don't forget that. So there's some other great tips in the comments. If you check out that video, you want to know how to maximize line chemistry. As you see in my franchise modes here, I usually go for the +3s, the +1s, and everything. The +5s are tough and has a lot to do with coaching and etc, etc, etc. So go ahead and check that out if you are interested in doing so. I usually don't try and maximize it too much. Like on this line right here, two-way playmaker sniper, if I change JT Miller to a power forward, I should probably have like a +3, maybe even a +5 on this line, but I don't want to touch it too much. But also, speaking of this third line, I had a comment in the last episode coming from Louis Alexandre Gelena. He says put Pittis on the left wing where he is supposed to go. I 100% agree. I totally forgot that he's a left wing, plus he shoots right, so he's on his offside. You definitely want to do that. JT Miller will play on the right side. But yeah, as we were saying, new microphone. I want you guys to all please let me know what you think about it. Halfway through this episode, starting in February, I'm going to change my mic and go back to my old one so that you can get a little comparison. If you think this one's way better, I'll never use that one again. If you think that one's better, then maybe I won't use this one anymore, even though I just got it. But if the other one's better, then the other one's better. So I just talk, you guys do all the listening, so you guys should have the final say in what sounds better. Anyways, we are looking good coming into this season. We have Tolvanen, Silver, and Rantanen, the same top line as last season that had crazy numbers. Duke Silver coming off a Hart Trophy and Ted Lindsay Trophy campaign. And on the second line, we have Max Domi with Trevor Wong and Skylar Pelech. Third line, as we just said, Ezra Pittis, who was the first overall pick by LA. We traded Morgan Riley for him since we didn't have the cap space. Cole Perfetti, who I was looking to move, but because of his contract and because just it seemed to work out, the lucky guy, he got to stay in the lineup. Third line, he's going to get some power play time. And he's playing with our newest acquisition, JT Miller, who is now 33 years old, but I have faith in him coming off a 54-point season. He's a good two-way forward, so looking for big things from him. He has 90 poise as well. Then on the fourth line, Gail Redden, who was a 7th-round pick. Peyton Krebs, who hasn't really grown but is useful in his position, and Sebastian Genze, our first 6'4", he's big, a first-round pick from 2022, a sniper. He's a big boy for sure. Peyton Krebs, you see in the line fit, he doesn't fit this line at all. So if I really want to maximize line chemistry here, I would get like a two-way grinder somewhere, power forward, some playmate, I don't know, center who fit all those dump biases and everything. If you want to know more about line chemistry, like I said, go watch that tutorial, but not going to really touch upon it here. On defense, Lindback and Anderson +5 right here. So Anderson, Lindback's playing like a 92. Anderson's 101 overall. He's coming off an Art Ross Trophy season for himself, and James Norris, of course. Lady Bing as well, he got. Lady Bing last season, how many pony minutes did he put up? 26 pony minutes? He got that. Wait, did he win the Lady Bing? I'm pretty sure he did. I have to go check that again, but I don't know why, because that's still usually there's a lot of people in the NHL who only had like 2 penalty minutes. Anyways, Oscar Janssen playing with Matt Dumba, and then Pavel Kovalev playing with Big Junior. I hate that you can't really see the names with the white and the yellow up there, but you know these guys' names. And in nets, of course, Ilya Samsonov backed up by Michael DiPietro. Our scratch for forwards is Frank Vetrano. Scratch for defense is Mike Riley. In the AHL, we have some people with great potential who are going to be growing down here. Serge Vieilleux, Carson Bruce, Chris Savatsky, Timofey Valentenko, Malachi Giftopoulos. And we're ready to go, boys, as we are kicking off year number 8 It's going to be in Vancouver against our rivals. We're coming off a very strong preseason. Max Domi had 14 points in 7 games. The scouts have been sent out. Everything's ready to go. I'm ready to get this season kicked off. We're coming off a 60-plus win year last year. I really want to see this team succeed, and I think that we finally have the capability to not only get it done in the regular season, but also the playoffs with a better bottom 6. So let's kick off the 2026-2027 regular season against the Vancouver Canucks. First period, it's 1-1. Mikko Rantanen and Rubtsov scores against Samsonov. Carter Hart went from the Stanley Cup winning Sharks to now the Vancouver Canucks, another deadly water creature. Thomas Hertl scored on Ilya Samsonov's 2 goals on 6 shots. Second period ends like that. Here in the third, we're out shooting Vancouver 31-12, but we're down by 1. Classic. 2 goals for Thomas Hertl. Is it going to be a classic EA season? Power play late. Let's go 5-on-3. Come on. What? Another power play. The deadliest power play in the NHL last season. Look at the shots. Look at the shots. Oh my goodness. 47-23, and we lose 4-1. Carter Hart makes 46 saves. The literal second coming of Dominic Hasek. Okay, so let's just wipe that one clean. Let's start simulating this season. Let's go a good 10 games or so. What's the team? Let's go see the defending Stanley Cup champion San Jose Sharks, who beat us in 7 last season. Alright, so we lost again to the Canucks 5-4, but then we shut out the Bruins 5-0, shut out the Wild 2-0, beat the Hawks 5-4, lost in overtime to the Jets, and beat the Hurricanes 4-1. Okay, so we're 4-2-1 through the first 7 games of the season. Let's get this one going against the Sharks, who are 5-3-1, defending Cup champions with Connor McDavid. First period, 2-1. McDavid, of course, and Gauthier. Oscar Janssen scores on Nedeljkovic, who is their new starter, I suppose. Second period, 2-2, as Skylar Pelech ties it up. Tie game here. This is a good matchup. We are division rivals. We are NHL rivals. We swap power plays here. Skylar Pelech scores his second of the night as we take a 3-2 lead. And then Trevor Wong hops in on it as well. We have a 2-goal lead getting late in the third period now. That may just be enough in the final minutes. And Junior adds one of his own. The big boy himself. 5-2 victory against the Sharks. 2 goals and 3 assists for Skylar Pelech. What? And a goal and 3 assists for Trevor Wong. That second line exploded. 31 saves from Ilya Samsonov. We are looking good, boys. Let's get another little bit of a chunk done. Let's go into the month of November. And we can go check out who's a good team here? 5-1-1 Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's do it. 5-3 loss to Rory Cherry and the Ottawa Senators. A 4-2 win against the 7-3-0 Montreal Canadiens, who are now 7-4-0, I guess. Capitals are a good team. I'm not sure what happened there because they didn't want to show me. But actually, I think we lost. Let me just go see here. A good year for rookies. No, we beat them 2-1. Great. 5-4 shootout loss against the Rangers. Then we take them on just a few days later. Duke Silver, a hip pointer. Ooh, that hurts. That's the first time he misses a game in his career. Oh boy, that's not good. So could Domi go to the first line? Yeah, he will. He'll give it a +3. We'll put Pittis up here, Genze up there, and then Frank Vatrano will draw into the lineup. Is it for long? Till November 26? Yeah, that's still some time. So I have to substitute, and then I'll have to make other substitutes manually. Alright, so that's all fixed up. Trevor Wong's going to get a lot of extra time on things like penalty kill and 4-on-4 power play and everything. So that's a big hit to take Duke Silver out of the lineup. Thankfully, it's not for too long. We beat the Rangers, though, 4-2. And we beat the Flyers 3-2 on a little Eastern road trip here. Going up against the Penguins now, who are 7-4-2. We are 9-3-2, looking for win number 10 on the season before we take a quick pause to look at the stats. First period, 0-0. Second period, oh boy, 3-2 Penguins. Goudreau, Pearson, and Mahura score on Samsonov. Eli Tolvanen, shorthanded. And then Sebastian Genze as well. We're down by 1 here in the third period. Old man Frederik Andersen in nets for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Power play here, but Goudreau scores right after it. Almost a shorthanded goal there. That's his second of the night. Power play, we kill it off. We're down by 2. We need a one right here, boys. We need one right here to get back into it. 5-on-3. Come on. What? Forget it. That was a disgusting game against the Penguins. We dropped that one 5-2. Maybe we'll go a bit more until we look at the stats with Duke Silver being out. Maybe let's go closer to that time of him coming back. Let's try going to see the Avalanche. Let's go see Jinkyo Chong in the Avalanche, the best hockey player in the history of South Korea. 4-1 win against the Buffalo Sabres. There we go. And a 4-1 win against Ellis Anderson's old team, the Nashville Predators. 3-2 win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay. That's what we like to see, boys. 12-4-2 and a 5-4 overtime win against the Oilers. We're 13-4-2. We'll take a pause right after this. This is game number 20, I believe. Yeah, game number 20, so a good time to take a pause. Here we go, boys. First period, it is 2-1. Noah Hannafin and Austin Matthews. Okay. Mikko Rantanen scores on Tristan Jarry. Second period, 4-2. Boy, Pavel Zacha scores twice. Pelech scores for us in the power play. We're down by 2, out shooting by about 4. But the Avalanche, they have some strong offense going on here, strong defense as well. Then whoever that is, Roy Waugh scores on another Patrick Waugh's son, maybe, comes another Avalanche player, and then nothing's going to come from. Okay, let's just call it. Boy, oh boy, Ilya Samsonov's getting eaten up out there. 6-2 loss. Man, how come we always lose whenever I go in? Cursed. But Trevor Wong, while I was leading the team in points with 24 points in 20 games, really taking advantage of his extra ice time, I suppose. 17.50 a night. He's shooting at 19.2%. Yeesh. Ellis Anderson, 21 and 20. Pelech has 19 and 20. Domi, 18. Great. We have a lot of playmakers. We need more goal scorers. Tolvanen, 17. Rantanen, 13. Perfetti, 13. Ezra Pittis in his rookie season, 11 and 20. Duke Silver, 9 and 13 before he was out. Everyone else is looking pretty good. Gail Redden's a -4. Yeah, that fourth line's not doing very well. Frank Vetrano, -4 in 7 games. Ilya Samsonov, let's see it. He's the only goalie to have played all season. What? Where's DiPietro? 13-5-2 with 2 shutouts, 901 save percentage, 2.69 goals against. Not that bad. It was just a bad last game. In the entire NHL, Leon Draisaitl, 33 points in 22 games. Rob Thomas, let me guess, he's on the Flames. No, Rob Thomas is on the LA Kings as a first-line center. Has 33 points. Okay, Keenan Johnson is the best created player. 32 points in 22 games for him. Already 119 shots through 20 games. Boy, oh boy. Pavel Grabeshkov, he was the 6th overall pick in 2020. He has 27 points in 22 games. Interesting stuff. Trevor Wong, he's up there. So let's continue rolling. Duke Silver will be back any day now, so we'll take a pause to look at that. I just want to quickly see the power play and the penalty kill, because the fourth line's been bad, but how's the rest of the team been? 32.4% on the power play is great. 79.6% on the penalty kill. Could be better. Also, I said I would check out the Lady Byng trophy earlier for Ellis Anderson. Where is it? Yeah, Lady Byng. He had 26 penalty minutes. Why did he win the Lady Byng? Yeah, I guess it's some sort of ratio of points to penalty minutes that he got so many points for only 26 penalty minutes. But usually it goes to someone who had like 6 penalty minutes or less. But anyways, Duke Silver will be back at this game against the Predators, so I'll just sim up to that day to put him back in the lineup, and then we'll get another chunk done. Available, but don't want to risk it, especially with a hip pointer. I've seen those get worse, like be out for months when you rush them back too quick. We got another couple W's, 3-1 and 5-3. So let's slot Duke back in there. All right, the Duke is back, and since Michael DiPietro still hasn't played a game through 22 regular season games, I decided to put him in between the pipes tonight. He probably wouldn't have played until December here, this home and home against the Bruins and the Islanders. So anyways, let's get another little chunk of simulation done. As we said earlier, let's go see a good team. The Islanders are always a good team. Let's go check them out in a couple of weeks. So DiPietro gets shamed as we lose 5-1. Tried to do him a favor. 2-1 win against the St. Louis Blues. 4-3 win against the Vegas Golden Knights. 4-3 loss against the Penguins. A 2-1 win against the LA Kings. 5-2 win against the Maple Leafs, and a 4-3 shootout win against the Bruins. We are 27-2. We are looking very good, boys. I'm liking this very much. Ellis Anderson has 33 points in 29 games. Not a crazy pace, but a very impressive one. Not like last year, but I don't mind that. I like having the balanced scoring. So let's check out this game against the Islanders. They're a very strong team. We've made trades with them in the past. Let's see if any of that comes back to haunt us tonight. First period, 1-0. Duke Silver. The Duke is back against Eddie Fontaine, and then Eli Tolvanen against his old team. Second period, oh boy, ends 3-3. Duke Silver adds another one, but then Tyler Bertuzzi, Sam Steele, and Jaden Schwartz get 3 goals on Michael DiPietro over a span of about 10 minutes. So this game's tied at 3 here in the third period. Duke Silver has a couple to his name. The smoothest man in the NHL. Play me those saxophone tunes here at Diamond Head Arena. That's what the fans listen to between periods, between plays, between whistles. Everyone's just feeling relaxed. But no scoring here in the third period. We are headed to overtime. Overtime against the Islanders. It is a 3-3 game. Are we going to a shootout? Yes, we will. And I haven't checked a shootout out in a couple seasons. So let's go watch this one against the Islanders. These can honestly be pretty hard to watch sometimes with the AI just running into the goalie, but I wouldn't mind seeing a little storyline if anyone wants to pull off a special move to really impress me maybe. Hey, and look at that! Oh, that was a special move, but look at that! A classic EA glitch. There are the Anaheim Ducks, boys. Look at the bottom left corner. Oh, crazy move there by Yamamoto, former Honolulu Husky. We're wearing the Anaheim Ducks jerseys. And we gets easy poke check. We're wearing Anaheim Ducks jerseys and we're registered as the Anaheim Ducks. So just because I was a Ducks in a previous franchise mode, I guess that's what they're doing. So thanks EA, classic glitch. Skylar Pellick needs to score right here, and he gets poke check. So that was a very shameful shootout for a couple of reasons. We got it was a crazy goal that got scored against DiPietro by Yamamoto, a former player, and then EA glitched us out with Anaheim Ducks jerseys. So let's just wash that one away from our memories and continue simulating on. Boy, let's get another little bit done. I don't like going so small at a time. Let's go see the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 29-1 in 3 weeks. 5-3 win against the Caps, 5-3 loss against the Devils, 4-1 loss to the Florida Panthers. Avalanche are 15-15-5. We beat them 3-1, and we beat the Kings 6-2. Vegas are at 500 as well. Duke Silver post-concussion syndrome out till March 1st. Oh, you hate to see it. Duke, what's going on? Never been injured before. That's his second of the season. Need to fix up these lines again. All right, that's all fixed up. We're going to miss you, Duke, but get well soon, and we'll see you in March. Lose 4-3 in a shootout to Vegas. Beat the Canucks 5-1. And then we beat the Oilers 4-1 for win number 25 on the season. The Flames beat us 3-2, and then now we are 25-10-4, taking on the 25-11-3 Columbus Blue Jackets. A very similar record to ours. This will be a good matchup. Get the popcorn, have a seat, buckle up. Let's do it. Peyton Krebs, 29 seconds in, gives us the lead. First period, 2-0 as Ellis Anderson adds to it, and we're up 2-0. Second period, okay. Mikko Rantanen, Max Domi, our first line center, Sebastian Genze, the German, and Ellis Anderson scores his second. We are up 6-0. Capo Kakinen had to come in relief of Markstrom, and we're out shooting the Blue Jackets 24-13 with a 6-0 lead. This game's obviously over. Let's see if we can add to it here with a power play, long power play, and we do. Skylar Pellick makes it 7-0. Eli Tolvanen makes it 8. I was about to skip it, but we might be going for double digits here. 8-0, but that just may be all, and it looks like it will be an 8-0 victory for the Huskies, boys. Who are your 3 stars? Anderson 2-2, Samsonov 25 save shutout, and JT Miller gets 3 assists for a huge 8-0 shutout victory against the Blue Jackets. Gail Redden, mild concussion, so that'll keep him out till January 6th. I have nobody else in my scratches, so I'm going to have to call somebody up for the 4th line. Someone who doesn't have to go through waivers, a forward. It looks like it's going to be Vieilleux, but I don't want to call him up. I'd prefer to keep him growing on the first line down there. Oh, what glitch is going on here? I'd rather keep Serge Vieilleux down there. I guess I could call up Heiskanen. He's only a 73 overall, though. I don't really want to do that. I guess it's Vieilleux. I don't like doing that, disturbing his progress in the AHL, but I guess I'm going to have to. Serge Vieilleux came here in the trade with the Wild, was it? And he who came here with Serge Vieilleux? Won't show me anything, of course, because of that glitch. So let's bring this guy up here. Your Taken can go on the first line. Daze, a grinder, can replace him right there. Georges Daze. Oh, whatever. Best lines, man. Best lines. Whatever. Sick of the AHL bothering me. Okay, we're 26-10-4. Serge Vieux's not the best option. Is there anyone else? Is there any some sort of bellow over here in free agency who I could sign? Cliff Poo is here? What? Legend. Traded for Jeff Skinner. Anyone who fits the fourth line is what I care about, but no, my pro scout doesn't know anything because I only have one of them. Nick Bastian, Josh Bailey. Is it Josh Bailey? No, of course not. Justin Bailey. Probably a two-way forward would be best. Why not go for Nordgren? Nicholas Nordgren, two-way forward, 83 defensive awareness. Yeah, why not? He may not play even much besides just for this injury for Redden, but just to have someone else aside from Vetrano there for depth. Why not? We'll simulate a few days and get him in the lineup and send Vieux back down. Alright, and Nordgren gives it a -1. So, looks like he's not going to be the solution to my problems. I'm just going to go sign somebody else. Unfortunately, in the meanwhile, I'm going to have to sim through the game against the Islanders. So let me go sign somebody better, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, hopefully we won't get totally shamed against the Islanders. Gail Redden's available. What day is it? Didn't he say he was out until March? We lost 4-1 against the Islanders. What? All this for nothing? Gail Redden, I thought you were out for a long time. I guess Nordgren was a -3. Okay, he only played 5 minutes. Fantastic. Gail Redden, okay, great job. He's back. I signed a right-wing power forward, but I guess no need to put him in the lineup. He'll sign and just sit in the rafters, making 700K just to smile. Just picks up all these lines again. The coach doesn't know what he's talking about. Alright, fantastic. That's all taken care of. Gail Redden, welcome back to the lineup. Thanks for nothing. I don't know if I misread that, or if he was really out until March, or if it was January, but I guess I misread it. I just got fooled by thinking about Duke Silver's injury. But with all that having been said, let's go see the Montreal Canadiens. They have 28 wins on the year, so that'll be a good game to go see. That guy signs. Enjoy the hot dogs in the press box. 1-0 shutout victory against the San Jose Sharks. Big division rivalry games here. We lose against the Flames 4-3. We narrowly beat the Coyotes 4-3 in a shootout. And the Kings, who have a losing record of 18-24-5, thank goodness we beat them 5-2. Malachi Giftopoulos, injured foot down in San Diego. Beat the Flyers 5-2. Beat the Lightning 6-5. All right, so we're 31-12-4, taking on the 30-16-2 Montreal Canadiens here. This should be another good matchup between very well-matched teams. First period, 2-0 Huskies, Skylar Pelech and Pavel Kovalev. You absolutely love to see that. Second period, 3-1, sorry. Sebastian Genze, the German, and Zach Aston Reese gets one for the Canadiens. It is a 2-goal lead for the Huskies, 3-1, but Keenan Johnson, the former Hart Trophy winner, comes right back. It's 3-2. We kill off that second power play, but Keenan Johnson, he is deadly on the Montreal Canadiens, son of Liverpool star Glenn Johnson. Max Domi, the first-line center, he gets it done. But Zach Aston Reese comes right back with his second of the game. And then Keenan Johnson ties it up at 4 with just a few minutes left in this one. We are headed to overtime, 4-4 tie, shots tied at 26. Who has the winner on his stick? We're headed to a shootout, and it's the Canadiens as Farabee and Robertson get goals. Eli Tolvanen scores for us, but we drop the decision in the shootout. Zach Aston Reese and Keenan Johnson both get 2 goals apiece. Tough shootout loss to drop right there. But now I'm going to go ahead and simulate up to February, the little middle point of when I like to go and fix up my scouting assignments, as well as checking out the points and all that. A good point to take a little break. The last season I flew through. By the way, we just beat the Panthers. By the way, we just beat the Panthers 6-2. Ottawa got Beauvillier, Wall, and a third for a prospect and a third. Okay. Casey Cizikas on waivers. He's 78 overall. Wouldn't be a bad pickup. It doesn't fit our lines, but I have enough depth, so I'll go ahead and decline that. So last season we flew through the year because we had so much success. There was nothing to stop and take a look at. They want to give me a top 9 prospect for a first? What? So I don't want to make that mistake this season by just flying straight through the year, not showing you any of the point totals. Even though we're having a lot of success, I want to take the time to show you that. Shesterkin and a 7th go to Boston for Dursey and Timmins. That's a good trade. for Boston. Fleury for then Shesterkin goes to LA the next day for Hayden Fleury. All right, we beat the Kings 6-2. Dallas, we lose against them 5-4. We lose in a shootout to the Predators 4-3. Beat the Hurricanes 4-2. Dursey, he just got traded to Winnipeg, now goes to Ottawa. It's the same people who just keep getting traded around the NHL. There's no new players who get traded. It's just the same type of guy. Same exact guy, actually. Oh boy, here's a big one. Patrick Kane and Dennis Cholowski going from Minnesota to Toronto for our first Boone Jenner, Nygaard, and Beaufait. That's a big move right there. Patrick Kane to the Maple Leafs. That's huge. Toronto's going to be very deadly with Patrick Kane on the team now, a guy that I was possibly looking at picking up. And then Bjork to Chicago for Novoletsev, Marachik, and Husso. So a lot of trades going on here. But 3-2 win against the Stars, 3-2 overtime loss against the Oilers. We are 35-13-7, 2 weeks before the trade deadline. So I'm going to go update the scouts, and then I'm going to switch microphones as well, and then we are going to take a look at the stats. And over the next week or so, we're going to have to figure out if we're going to be making any trades. So the scouts are all sent out. As you'll notice, I've switched microphones now, so please let me know in the comments whether you prefer the last microphone or this microphone. I'm going to end off the video with this one, and all subsequent videos will be with whichever one is deemed to be the best. So through 55 games in this season, Ellis Anderson is still leading the way just like last year. Plus minus isn't as good, but the points are there. 27 goals, 39 assists, and 66 points for the big boy. Trevor Wong, surprisingly, is second in points, almost a point per game pace. Filling in at second, well, he was always at second line center, but filling in for a lot of Duke Silver's positions like first line power play. He has 19 power play points, 52 points in 55 games. Skylar Pellick's right behind him with 49, Tolvanen 47, Rantanen 42. Domi filling in first line center is up to 41 points. Cole Perfetti doing well this year, 40 points in 55 games. That's a good pace. I'm very impressed this year with how Cole Perfetti's turning it around. Ezra Pittis here in his rookie season has 36 in 55. He's a +3. JT Miller doing well. The third line's looking good right here. 40, 36, and 33. Duke Silver, he's missed a lot of time to injury this season. 21 points in 27 games. Mats Lindback's looking good. Genze in his rookie year. Can't really complain about anything. Gail Redden at -1 is not really a big deal, and I'm pretty impressed with the team. Matt Dumba only 5 points and a +1. That's the only thing that's a bit surprising, but I can deal with that. In the goalie situation here, Ilya Samsonov, 29 wins, 11 losses, 5 overtime losses, 4 shutouts. Very impressive. Good numbers. DiPietro's numbers are quite good as well, and we're looking good, boys. Looking at all goalies in the NHL, let's say minimum 20 games. Best save percentage seems to be Hugo Alnfelt. Interesting. 83 overall. He has a .919 save percentage, 2.59 goals against. Very good numbers for him. In the entire NHL, wow, it is Keenan Johnson. 81 points, 95 overall, high franchise. He has turned into a monster with the Canadiens. He's almost at a goal per game pace right now. 49 goals and 81 points. Huge year for Keenan Johnson. Patrick Laine right behind him, he's also on his line. 77 points for him. Tony Klingenberg, Bio McDavid, Pedersen, Aho, Anderson, Mason Shaw. How is he an 86 overall? Wow. Mason Shaw, 66 points for him. Rory Cherry, Derek Mongol, the creative players. Ty Ronning, 85 overall. It's all about the line mates. But okay, things are going very well. I don't think there's anything to change on this team. As soon as Duke Silver comes back, we'll be happy to have him. Our power play is at 31.1%. We lead the NHL. We are tied for best team in the NHL with the Washington Capitals. We have 3.56 goals for per game. We have the second best power play in the NHL by 0.1% less than the Canadiens, and at 80.9% on the penalty kill. We're not one of the best because there are some really good numbers up here, but we are a very respectable team with our penalty kill numbers. So we're going to keep on going, and we're getting close to the trade deadline like we said, so we're going to start looking at possibilities as the day gets closer. I don't want to search the trade blocks yet because some things may change. Let's go, might as well go up to this game against the Red Wings around there. I think that's where we will make our final decisions. Tatar and Mayfield to Toronto from Dallas for Hyman and Sward. 5-3 loss against the Blues there. 4-0 shutout win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Losing a shootout to the Coyotes. Sanheim and a 6th to Philadelphia for Ilya Mikheyev and Nassin. Scott May, they just traded for him, now they put him on waivers. He's 78 overall, 34 years old, defensive defenseman. Don't really need him. I like Mike Riley for my depth, so don't need to do that. 5-4 shootout loss to the Coyotes, 7-2 win against the Flames, 4-2 win against the Sharks. Okay, we're closing in on 40 wins. Duke Silver is back, but I'll bring him in when he's fully ready. Not going to do that trade. Against Winnipeg Jets, we beat them 3-2, and now we are 39, 14, and 8 as we're coming up just a couple games before the trade deadline. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, let me look at the injury report quickly here. Is Duke Silver fully back? Yeah, okay, he is fully back, so I'm going to slot him into the lineup. But what we have to look at is what we're going to do on the trade blocks. Now, if I were to trade for someone, they'd have to fit in the roster somewhere. So probably Gail Redden, because if everything else goes like this, right, it'll go back to being like this. It'll probably be Gail Redden comes out of the lineup. But who would drop to the fourth line if I got someone like Patrick Kane, right? I'm not sure. Vetrano, he played 34 games, huh? 9 points for him. Okay, so I'm going to go figure that out. So there's a lot of interesting names on the block, most notably Jeremiah Gupta, the Indian from Boston here, 26 years old. He only fits the deep pairing 3 though. I don't need him. Just to note that, wow, look at that medium franchise, 92 overall on the block. It's because of his expiring deal. There are definitely some interesting people, but to look at possible players who have 1 year left on their deal, there's not a lot of them. Pretty much the only one that I was actually considering is Thomas Tatar, 1 year left on his deal, but he's making a lot of money. I wouldn't even be able to take him if I had room for him in the lineup. And the other one that was of interest was Zach Werenski here, who's 1 year left. But once again, a lot of trade value, a lot of money. Don't think I can take him. So I don't think we're going to make any moves. The team's doing well. We did it very well without Duke Silver. Now Duke Silver is in the lineup. So I think we're just going to keep rolling like that. Even though there's a lot of interesting names, it doesn't really work for us. So we'll start simming into the month of March. And we'll take a little pause to go play Rory Cherry and the Ottawa Senators. Why not? A good Eastern Conference team. Let's see if anything happens throughout the league here. 9-3 win in the welcome back game for Duke Silver, but Cole Perfetti, injured foot. Huh. We're only out till March 4th. Okay. If that was a long injury, I would have considered making a trade right there, but only out until for like 1 game max. So I'm not worried about that at all. Frank Vetrano can play center, I think. Oh, no, he can't. But someone else here can. Genze, 70 face-offs. Great. It's only for like 1 game anyways. Or 2 games. 4-3 win against the Sharks. Now he's back, but I don't want to risk that yet. 4-0 loss against Buffalo. And then a 4-1 win against the Canucks. Very nice. We're at 42 wins on the season. Perfetti's back in there. Perfect. Keep on simulating. Tough 6-3 loss. Oh my goodness. To the Coyotes. 6-3 against a team that has a losing record. And Skylar Pelech is out for a couple of weeks now, so now we got to make some changes. Ezra Pittis on that line gives it a +3. That's nice. Put him on his proper wing. Genze up here +1. Okay, all right. It's not the worst thing, but Frank Vetrano is going to fill in as well for a little bit on some lines with Pelech, because I really don't feel like changing every single line every single time. So Frank, take the opportunity and run. Do your best. I got to fill in all these extras. I don't know why when it says substitute in all lines, they tell you that, but then when you click substitute in all lines, it doesn't actually substitute them in all lines. It just substitutes them in the forward line. You got to go into the extras and do the rest yourself. Whatever. Keep on going. 5-2 loss against Vegas. 4-3 shootout loss. What's going on? Now JT Miller has a sore shoulder. That's not something to keep you out for 2 weeks. Can Gail Redden come up here? Yeah, he can. All right, so good thing I signed this guy Nordgren, I guess, in the end. Nordgren's going to come in and fill in there. He is a 2-way forward. Gives it a -1. Whatever. Oh, boy. 6-2 win against the Blues at least. You got that. 5-3 win. And then a San Diego injury. What's all these small injuries that are keeping me out for like 2-3 weeks at a time? That guy can come in. Cool. 5-3 win against the Canucks, we said. Skylar Pelech's back, but he's not really. 4-3 overtime win against the Flames. Let's see if we can put Pelech back in the lineup now. No, still a playable injury, so we can't risk it. Nordgren, how's he been down here? 3 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, +1. All right. So as I've said in my chemistry video, sometimes chemistry doesn't really mean anything. So taking on the Ottawa Senators here in game number 72 of the season. First period, 2-2 game. Rory Cherry scores on the power play. Jeff Skinner gets one, but Eli Tolvanen on the power play passed Sandro Tommy, and Ellis Anderson one of his own. Second period, 3-3 game. Ellis Anderson scores his second, and so does Rory Cherry. The created players are going at it. 2 apiece. Max Domi makes it 4-3 as we get the Huskies up by 1, but Bjorkstrand gets a power play goal on Samsonov. Not who that, Robert Bjorkstrand, some generated player, then Nick Hague. But then Junior ties it up at 5. It's a barn burner, boys. 10 goals through the first 50 minutes. 10 goals. 5-5 is the score as we are dwindling down and we are headed to overtime here. Shots 33-27 in our favor. Who is going to end it? Often enough goes to a shootout, and it is going to a shootout. It is Samuel Girard who ends it, a 6-5 shootout loss against the Senators here. Ellis Anderson with 2 goals and an assist gets first star of the game, but it just wasn't enough. Up against the Red Wings, we will have Skylar Pelech back in the lineup. All right, that's all figured out. I think Skylar Pelech getting back. Bit of a buzz with 2 people being injured at once, all the special team fill-ins. But now we can move towards finishing off this season. We are looking strong. What's a team we haven't seen in a while but are also good? Dallas Stars? Why not? Let's go to the last game of the season up against the Dallas Stars. It's a good season here, boys. I believe the playoffs are inevitable. 45-17-10 is our record. 7-2 win against the Red Wings. Okay, got some injuries to fill back in here. Perfect. 5-0 loss, sheesh, against the Blue Jackets. 4-1 loss against the Devils. Yerky Engren fractured jaw. You hate to see it. Injuries. What's going on, man, this month? Okay, 4-1 win against the Blackhawks. We're closing in on 50 wins, boys. 7-1 win. I thought his jaw was fractured. Now he's back, Yerky Engren. All right, then a 5-2 win against Minnesota. Pavel Kovalev injured hand, out for another day. What are with all these small injuries? Mike Riley is going to draw into the lineup. He's going to play with Junior. It's the first time he sees ice time this season. Big Mike's been waiting all year. 5-3 loss against Vegas. Pavel Kovalev is back. I don't believe it because it's not till the 7th. 4-1 loss against the Oilers. 4-3 overtime win. There's win number 50. We have clinched the conference and the division. Last game of the year up against the Dallas Stars, who are 44-31-6. We're 50-21-10. Let's get win number 51, boys, here against Dallas to finish off the season strong. Let's see it. First period, 1-0 Huskies. Duke Silver against one of the best goalies in the NHL right now, Hugo Allenfeld. Second period, 3-2. Duke Silver scores his second. Peyton Krebs gets one. Kucherov scores twice with 2 power play goals. We have a 1-goal lead here in the third period. Power play Huskies gets killed off. Shots 27-12 in our favor. And then there is Mikko Rantanen, another power play goal for the Huskies. 4-2 lead now. Dallas's power play gets killed off by our penalty killers. Try to get those percentages up by the end of the season here in game 82. And that'll be all she wrote, boys. An empty netter from Cole Perfetti, and we win game number 82 by a score of 5-2. 2 goals for Duke Silver, goal and assist for Rantanen. And we finish off year number 8 with a record of 51-21-10. Very impressive. Let's see how it all broke down. So for the second straight season, our team is led by a defender, and that defender is Ellis Anderson, scoring 95 points. Not as much as 123, but 95 points in 82 games. A great season here in Honolulu, leading the team. Eli Tolvanen went a point per game. You love to see it. Max Domi, 76 in 82. Beautiful. That contract is worth it. Trevor Wong, look at that, boys. 74 points in 82 games for Trevor Wong. Very impressive season for him. Got him for cheap, dirt cheap when he was on the trade block. You love to see that. Mikko Rantanen, 73. Skylar Pelech, 66 points in 77 games. Not a career high, but he did miss out on 5 games. Still a very good season of 37 goals right there. Impressive to see that from the franchise forward. Cole Perfetti put up record numbers. We wanted to trade him, but man, he put up 55 points and a plus 13. 19 power play points, even a shorthanded goal. And you gotta respect it. Cole Perfetti had a good season. Ezra Pittis in his rookie season put up 53 points and 26 goals. Duke Silver was a point per game, 48 and 48. JT Miller on that third line did well, 47 points, now 34 years old. Mats Lindback, good plus minus. Sebastian Genze in his rookie season, 12 goals and 23 points. Oscar Janssen with a plus 18. Junior in his rookie year on the third D pair, he put up 14 points. Vetrano as a scratch did well, 12 points and 44. Dumba 11, Nordgren 2. And Mike Riley in those 3 games that he played had a 0 plus minus, so respect it. Goalies now, oh my goodness, 69 games played. Ilya Samsonov went 43, 17, and 8. He played almost every game this season. 5 shutouts, an even 900 save percentage, and a 2.72 goals against average. Not his best numbers, but a good season for Ilya. Michael DiPietro went 8, 4, and 2, 904 save percentage, 2.78 goals against average. Now we got to check out the entire NHL. Who was the best goalie? Eric Comrie, 84 overall, goes 45, 23, and 1. All right, let's look at minimum 40 games and look at some save percentage numbers instead. Yeah, Hugo Elmfelt, great year for him, 919 and 2.57 goals against average. He led in both categories. Yes, he did. Stuart Skinner also did well, 83 overall. Korpisalo, 84 overall. Overall doesn't mean anything, boys. It really doesn't. Any rookie goalies this season who had big years, who might challenge for the Calder? This guy's Strong. Franklin Strong, 76 overall, 21, 16, and 6. All right. Even Garrett Walters. Vasilev, his 70 overall. He played 39 games. All right. Rookie skaters, Ezra Pittis, he's behind Malatesta. James Malatesta, who we traded to St. Louis. He scored 55 points in his rookie season. Got to respect that as well. He was playing on the second line, though. Ezra Pittis was playing on the third line. 53 points for him. It's going to be between these two guys right here. Even Justin Barron is here. 26 points in his rookie year over with the Predators. But in the entire NHL, the Art Ross Trophy this year goes to Tony Klingenberg. Wow, he exploded. 121 points for the German, 93 overall. Look at that contract as well. 77 goals? What? 77 goals in 82 games with 121 points. What did New Jersey do in the last 20 games? He was not the leader. It was Keenan Johnson by quite a bit. He just fell off, I guess, even though he still finished with 108 points. But Tony Klingenberg with 121, that is absolutely wild. The Art Ross and easily the Maurice Richard Trophy. All the created players up there, Keenan Johnson. Mikey Bruno, who won it last year, 65 goals for him. Wasn't that Mikey Bruno who won it last year or the year before? Either way, my goodness. Sveshnikov, he had a great season, 102 points. Jack Hughes, Derek Mongo. Mason Shaw scores 94 points. Okay. Ty Ronning, 93 points. Okay. Rob Thomas, 87 and 82, a bit more realistic. Patrick Kane still getting it done. It was the last year of his deal, 76 points in 83 games. I would love to get him maybe next season if he comes back for another year. But looking good. Sam Steele, 83 overall, got 74 points. Jesper Bratt, 74 points. Martin Ferks, 73 points. Boy, oh boy. Joel Farabee, 73. Sergei Zykov scores 70 points. He had 37 goals, 82 overall, two-way forward with 3-star shooting. All right, EA, whatever you say. Looking just at defensemen, the James Norris will likely go to Ellis Anderson again this year. I don't see Quinn Hughes up here either. Marco Kerman, who was the first overall pick, he's 94 overall at the age of 23. He's on a big contract. Provorov, Pietrangelo, Cale Makar is starting to blossom on Tampa Bay. Alessandro Girante, that might have been a career high for him. Yeah, big season for him over on Minnesota. D'Angelo Vickers had 62. Jinkyo Chong had 60, the pride and joy of South Korea on the last year of his deal. Yeah, a lot of these created players on the last year of their deal. Some of them are, so it could be a big moves in free agency. Quinn Hughes only had 57 points. What? 57 points? Look at his other years. 76, 90, 75, 80, 63, 81, 50. It's a career low by 7 points, almost a career low for Quinn Hughes. Morgan Riley over on LA, who we traded there, scored 54 points. Good for him. Our former captain, John Klingberg, scored 43 points. He's now 34 years old. In the AHL, wow, Steven Stamkos, 77 overall. In the AHL, puts up 71 points. Lucas Alvins almost won most points. He had 70 points. Oh, actually, the season's not over yet. maybe he'll get the most points. But congrats, Stamkos, 37 years old, buried by Buffalo with the Rochester Americans. That's tough. Jonathan Dowling, even Claude Giroux, 76 overall, puts up 63 points with Minnesota, the Iowa Wild. Sheesh, the disrespect, man. Jonathan Drouin scored 61 points on the Coyotes. He's built himself a nice little career over there, so I'm happy for him over in Arizona. I'm happy with the player that I got, and that was Skylar Pelech, so no problems with me. Who else have I traded over the years? Ole Ulevy scored 27 points. He's at an 84 overall. There's many more guys that I could go through. I'm not going to go through every team in the NHL. If there's anyone that you want to see their specific point totals this season, let me know. Pavel Zacha scored 68 points. Beesh. Johnson Fajalbi, whatever his name is, 80 overall, scored 45 points. He used to be a star for us in San Diego. So, all right, glad he made the NHL. Good for you. Cole Lind scores 44 points on Detroit, playing on their third line, 22 goals, 22 assists. Poosh. What had he done with us? He had some good 30-point seasons, right? Not even. 24, 17, 14, 14. Scores 44 points. He did score 14 points in 35 games here, though. Good for you, Cole. But like I said, if there's anyone you want to see, let me know. I'm not going to go through every single team. In San Diego, this is how the points are looking as of now. The season's not quite over just yet. In the next episode, once the playoffs are over, we'll take a look at all the progress reports. Scouting's going well and all that, so not much left to touch on. The team itself, we had a rough penalty kill to end off the season. Our power play ended off at 31.7%. Hold on, let me look the entire league. Did we win the President's Trophy? Bang! Back-to-back President's Trophies for the Honolulu Huskies. Second time in 8 years. Same number of wins as the Capitals, but less losses. More regulation overtime wins. Power play at 31.7% was best in the NHL, but our penalty kill at 77.6 was like bottom 10 in the NHL. Bottom half for sure right there. Not that good. It definitely could have been better. When Duke Silver came back, maybe it got worse. I don't know. It's really very much an enigma, the penalty kill and all that stuff. But with all that taken care of, we can finally figure out who are we taking on in round number 1. It will be the Calgary Flames. So in year number 8, we are heading into the playoffs for what, the 4th, the 5th time? And we are looking to finally get past the second round and into the conference finals and the Stanley Cup finals. But that all begins with getting through the Calgary Flames. They have a great first line, Bratt, Draisaitl, and Tarasenko. Draisaitl had a crazy season this year, putting up 104 points. Donato Borgstrom, Alexander Noveltsev, Gaudette, Lundstrom, Danton Heinen. Fourth line, nothing too crazy. Armia. Defense, Dermott, Jayek, Hajek, whatever. Lambos, Lindgren, McCostin, Wu. So to be honest, I'm not scared of this team like at all, except for the first line. But let me guess who's in nets, right? Peter Mrazek, his poise is 98, right? No, 81. Ville Husso. I think we can get through this team. Of course, the EA gods are never going to be simple. So I think that we can do it, boys. I think we have a great team here in Honolulu. If there's any suggestions that you have moving into the playoffs, please let me know. But I think we're just going to be rolling like this. If you think that someone should be moved, if you saw something you liked or didn't like, then we could change it up. So that's going to be it for this one, boys. Heading into next episode will be a big playoff rush. Don't really need to concern ourselves with any contracts. No one big is expiring, so that's at least good going into next offseason. But for right now, all we care about is trying to capture our first Stanley Cup. So once again, thank you for watching. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, putting out daily content, mostly of NHL and FIFA, with more in the works, which I will let you know about soon. Also in the comments, please let me know which microphone do you like more, the one from the first half of the video or the second half of the video, and that will be the one that I continue to use in the rest of my videos for the foreseeable future. So once again, of course, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.